Hey guys, welcome to our video breakdowns of the NCAA Tournament regions. This is the East, and this is a region where a lot of people think the national champion is going to come out of, from Michigan State, but
as the 4 seed.
A 4 seed.
Virginia's the 1, Villanova's the 2, Iowa State's the 3, Cincy's the 5. UNC's the 6, UConn's the 7, St. Joseph's the 10, George Washington is 9, Memphis is 8, Providence is 11. Those are the only games that you have to really know about. Harvard, Cincy's an upset pick. They're 12. Delaware, everyone loves Delaware, but you can't beat Michigan State in the first round.
No, yeah, Michigan State's not going to lose that game.
What's your intriguing matchup on the first line?
My intriguing matchup is probably Harvard Cincinnati.
Yeah, 5-12, classic.
We're getting some feedback saying that a lot of people think that Harvard's gonna, or one person in particular,
who is incredibly biased.
Yeah,
you know what we're talking about.
Yeah. I think Cincinnati's defense is just so good, and
Harvard's not going to score 40 points.
Yeah.
The question is whether Cincinnati can.
Yeah,
and the big bodies and the Big East competition. I just think that they're
I've
going to
seen
wear
them play
down Harvard.
Louisville, and who's I think one of the best teams in the nation right now. I just can't pick Harvard over Cincinnati, and I don't really think it's going to be a really close game at the end. I think Cincinnati is going to be a decisive victory.
Pull out at the end.
And yeah, so I just see Cincinnati winning that one. Stop it.
My most interesting matchup is Providence, North Carolina. The point guard matchup. Cotton versus Marcus Page is unbelievable. Marcus Page is for real. This kid can score 30 points if he wants. I have Providence winning that game right now. That might change because of the competition has been thrown at UNC compared to Providence. But Providence proved something in the tournament, and a scoring point guard is very valuable, and I think UNC could take them for granted. I think that's definitely an upset bid to look at, just like Cincinnati Harvard. Not as much. I think Cincinnati's going to win that game, but definitely can't sleep on Providence UNC, and Michigan State can't sleep on Delaware. I don't think they're going to, but with all these national championship aspirations,
Izzo is not going to let.
But you've got
Michigan
6
State
games, and you're already looking at the 6th game, thinking, "Oh, we're going to win the national championship." All the kids are they're getting it. It could. I'm just saying it could get to their heads. You know, I'm not saying I would not. At 99 out of 100 times, I'm going to pick Michigan State, but I think that any team can beat any other team in the given tournament, and I think this could be a trap game for Michigan State, who gets a 4 seed, and they're excited about that, but they have national championship aspirations, and this first round game could mess with them a little bit. I don't think they'll lose, but I think that's going to be a better game than people think.
I think Michigan State's going to get a decisive victory there. Tom Izzo's going to get his guys ready. He knows how to get to the Final Four. I just think that's not really going to be as much of a game as you're making out to be. But I can see your point. I think Delaware. I
just don't want people to sleep on Delaware because they got a really unlucky draw.
In a lot of other matchups, yeah, that's a tip.
The
worst score to get. That's
you put them against UCLA or San Diego State, and they might be a upset draw.
I totally agree. But against this Michigan State team, who a lot of people have as their favorite to win the national championship, I don't really see it. I think
any upsets on the first game in the first games. Memphis, George Washington. Who you got coming out of that?
I could see. I think it's going to be Memphis. I can see. I haven't really seen George Washington play very much, but from what I've heard, they got seeded a little bit high, and I don't know. I could see how George Washington could pull that out because I'm not too high on Memphis. I think they don't have a very consistent scoring, and a lot. I mean, they're just pretty inconsistent overall. And so
that's really a toss-up. I picked Memphis here yesterday, but right now, if I had to pick, I'd pick George Washington.
Yeah, it could really go either way.
Memphis just sputtered out at the end, and I don't know. I think they get credit for who they play, not necessarily how they played against them. But I think that the most interesting matchup to me is this UNC Providence matchup. Whoever gets out of that, I think, is going to get whipped up by Iowa State, and I think I think Michigan State is going to beat Cincinnati by 15 or 20. I think Cincinnati's not going to score 40 points, and Michigan State has the ability to score 65.
Michigan State has a combination of good, hard-nosed defense, and they have players who can score them.
And I think it
which
could look,
Cincinnati just doesn't have outside of Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
So it's just not really.
I think that game's going to end up a lot like the Big Ten championship game, except Michigan is twice as good at scoring as Cincinnati. So I think that's just not even a matchup. So you have Michigan State and Virginia in the Elite Eight, along with I have Iowa State and Villanova. A lot of people have that UConn over Villanova upset. A lot of people also have St. Joe's over UConn. So be careful picking UConn because they got to get out of that first round too.
I like UConn just because of the. Because of the guard play, and I'm
Shabazz Napier.
Shabazz Napier, I think he's
one of the only
stud.
2 teams in the nation to beat Florida.
Yeah, I mean, that was a crazy shot. But I think that Connecticut will upset Nova. I think that's my one of the big upset picks I have. Just because Nova kind of had a soft conference schedule, and I mean they got whooped on by Creighton. And then they got upset by Seton Hall. I don't think they're very confident coming into this tournament, and I think even St. Joe's I could see beating Villanova.
I could also argue that Villanova's looking at it like the only team we can't beat is Creighton, and we would only play them in the national championship game. So I have Villanova beating UConn. I do not have Villanova beating Iowa State. I'm not even sure about the St. Joe's UConn, but I have Iowa State and Michigan State in the Elite Eight, a 3-4 matchup, which is a little bit surprising.
Don't sleep on Virginia, though.
Definitely.
That Michigan State-Virginia game is going to be so good, I think. They're
what percentage do you
so
give
well
that?
coached, such good teams. What?
How much are you picking Michigan State over Virginia? Like 55%? Or
I don't know if I am picking Michigan State over Virginia. That's what I'm saying. I think when I'm really making my bracket,
I honestly don't either.
When I'm really making my bracket, I think people have been sleeping on them all season. I know they only played Duke once. They didn't play Duke.
They played Syracuse.
They played Syracuse once, but they won the ACC regular season and tournament. I just really think that. I just think that they're a better team than people are giving them credit for.
And I have Iowa State getting out of the bottom half, and I think that the winner of the Virginia-Michigan State game I think both of those teams can beat Iowa State, and I think both those teams will.
I totally agree.
I think Michigan State is just too good right now. They literally picked the best time to get good. They have not been good all season. They have not been healthy all season.
Yep.
They picked a perfect time. They got a 4 seed. A lot of people's national championship picks because the way they went through that Big Ten tournament with their healthy players. They've got great guard play with Appling and Gary Harris. And they've got a stud in Adrian Payne. I think Tom Izzo's best teams are when when he has a
big man.
The floor general is a big man. Mm-hmm. Draymond Green and Adrian Payne are big examples of that. And right now, I got to go with Michigan State. I think the winner of the Michigan State-Virginia game will get through, but I got to go with Michigan State right now over Iowa State in the Elite Eight.
I think to kind of wrap this up, if you want to make a safe pick for this Final Four, I think you go with Michigan State.
Which is funny because they're the 4.
Yeah, exactly. But I think if you are, I think you also could make a great case for Virginia. And even Iowa State, I can see
been playing very good recently.
In there.
Villanova, we're not giving them enough credit. I mean, they played very well at the end of the season. They got shocked by Seton Hall. First game of the conference tournament. You know, some people say don't think about the conference tournament. I don't know.
I think about the conference tournament.
You get caught up. You never know what these kids that are our age are thinking.
Yeah,
you know, I play in a season, and there were games that I didn't get up for. Not the conference tournament, but shit happens. So I think Villanova is the most. I think Virginia is the most underrated team in this bracket, just because of how how highly rated Michigan State is.
Yeah.
But I think you can sleep on Villanova too. I'm not sleeping on them. I have them getting to the Sweet 16 and losing to Iowa State, and then I have Michigan State beating Iowa State.
I think my 3 picks for people who can really get out of there. I see your point on Villanova. I disagree.
I don't see them getting out of this group at all. I don't see them getting to the Final Four.
No chance. I think.
No, there's a chance. I just don't see it happening.
Okay, there's a chance. Okay, there's a chance. But I think whoever wins this top half of the bracket, Virginia or Michigan State, I think is going to get out.
And they will be matched up with the winner of the South bracket. So, Final Four. That was our East breakdown. Stay with us. Go look for the Southwest and Midwest.